Over the next few minutes, we're going to tackle quite a basic question, but one that can trip up a few people, namely, what is Office 365? Now, I'm going to start with Connor, who runs Core, a Microsoft Cloud partner, because Connor, I think there still is a little bit of a misconception about what Office 365 is.
So I've really two answers for that. One is for SMEs, which is it's everything you need to run your business. It's the latest Microsoft technology to help you run your business.
Is that then just Office? Is it just kind of Word and Excel then? Or?
No, it's everything. It's your email system, it's your file storage. SharePoint is more than that though, and it's also instant messaging for your business.
And you said also you've got an answer for the enterprise as well.
For the enterprise, it's really taking away what is usually considered business as usual and taking and giving it to somebody else to run so you can concentrate more on providing value for your business.
And Simon, in one sentence, if you can, it's a challenge, how would you define Office 365?
To do it in a single sentence is really difficult, but what I would say is that it's everything that Microsoft knows about productivity all in one complete bundle. It allows you to send email, it allows you to share documents, it allows you to collaborate with people. It also is very familiar to people.
And how does it actually differ from Office 2010, for example?
So Office 365 includes Office 2010 Professional Plus. And that means that you can install locally onto the PCs in your organisation a suite of applications which people know how to use and which people trust. It also includes the trusted server components of our collaboration stack. So that's Exchange Online, that's SharePoint Online, and it's Lync Online. And we run those out of the Microsoft data centres.
I'm going to give you another challenge. Exchange Online, Lync Online, and SharePoint Online. Can you describe those in a single sentence?
Absolutely. Exchange is email. It's a really great email platform. SharePoint is a collaboration and document sharing platform. And Lync is instant messaging and unified communications for the business.
Can I ask a question of some of them? What's the difference between Exchange Local and Exchange Office 365?
Essentially, it's that we run the environment for you. We do things like the patching of that Exchange box. We do lots of the management. We look after the hardware. What a business or a small business or an enterprise still needs to do is the things that matter to that business. So create email inboxes for the right people in the organisation, determine the right position to place licenses for that organisation.
So the basic customisation, but you take care of the rest, basically.
Absolutely.
And we shouldn't shy away from the fact that you do have a rival in this space, which is Google Docs. And I know that actually, David, you've got some sort of...
It was, yeah, Bota Media was originally founded, we started on Google Docs before Office 365 came along, yep.
So how do you think the two compare? What are the key differences?
It's really, from our point of view, from a small business, it's really familiarity. And it's really the fact that you know, I've been using Office since 1997, I think it is, and it's the fact that, you know, if you say somebody sends you a Word document, you know you can open that Word document. If it's a docx file, you know you can open that file. You don't have to upload it, convert it, and do all that kind of stuff. There's no denying that Google Docs is pretty good. It came along first, but I think the fact that we all know how to use Office, we all know how to use Word, we all know what Word and Excel are, all that kind of stuff. It just works a lot better. And there's obviously there are more products as well. We've got the SharePoint Online, which makes a lot of sense, and the Lync Online stuff as well. It's just a great sense of integration there, which you don't get with in our experience with Google Docs.
And that's probably worth touching upon, SharePoint Online, I'd say, because that's one of the key ways for people to share that information, to stop losing documents.
Absolutely. SharePoint is brilliant for giving you control over documents within an organisation. If you think about the normal flow of people looking at the same document, they'll quite often email that around within an organisation. It gets very disjointed. What SharePoint allows you to do is keep a single version of a document that everybody can update, and in fact they can all update it at the same time. But it also means that you then don't end up with fractured copies where somebody has some piece of information that then doesn't make it into that final document.
That's been hugely important for our business. So that when you get the process at the end whereby somebody emails a document around, 3 different people make 3 different changes to 3 different versions of that document, and then reconciling those changes leads to all sorts of problems. And from our point of view, the fact that you can work on the same document at the same time is just a huge time saver. It's amazing.
And the other side of it is the Office web apps offering. So do you want to talk about very briefly what those are?
Yeah, so those are Word, Excel, and OneNote, which allow you to edit those documents just through a web browser. And they're really good if you have people working in what we call a kiosk scenario. So say, for example, you have a shop clerk who just had a very, very light PC, just has a browser there. They can access their email, they can access documents, they can view things, they can make edits, all directly within the browser.
And can you give a brief overview of the different offerings there are that people can buy? Because there's not just one flavour of Office 365.
Absolutely. We've given it a really good level of customization and flexibility. So if you're a small business, there are a particular group of plans just for you. If you're an enterprise, there's a particular group of plans just for enterprise. And actually, if you're an individual, there's a group of plans for individuals. And within each of those plans, there are different levels of pricing, depending on how much of the overall offering of Office 365 you need for particular people. And also, within your organisation, not everybody has to have the same level of subscription. So those people who are just clerks working in the shop front maybe don't need to be able to install Office. They have a lighter, much more cost-efficient licensing than the people in the back end who maybe need the full version of Office to install.
And how do you find that works out in practice, Connor? What are people choosing out of all the different offerings?
It depends on their situation primarily, but what they end up doing is picking one service that they want to use or one suite that they want to use, and then generally expanding on that from there.
And Connor, can you explain just exactly how much it costs?
Well, the E3 plan costs £17.50, and that gives you the enterprise versions of the three products mentioned, SharePoint, Exchange and Lync, and also a full version of Office Professional Pro Plus to download and install on up to 5 devices.
Okay, and that's £17.50 per user per month?
Yes.
And what other offerings are there, Simon, that people could choose? What if they wanted to pay slightly less?
Well, that's where you can go for things like the kiosk offering, which is a couple of pounds per month per user. And that allows you to, as I say, just provide access to the kiosk version for some people. Some people in the organisation might need access to every single part of the service, but that's a decision that each business can make individually.
So I'm a small business owner or even an IT director at an enterprise. I decide to trial it. What's my next step?
So you can go to the Office 365 website, which is office365.com, and from there you can get a 30-day free trial. It'll also allow you to pick a partner who, just like Connor from Core, you can work with if you don't have the right in-house skills.
So, Connor, how does that actually work out in practice?
So if you select Core as your partner for your trial, we will then support you throughout that trial. It's in our interest to ensure that you have the best experience, and then you go on to implement that trial. Okay, so after that point then, you basically sign up, and do you have to commit all your workforce to the new Office 365 system, or just The trial provides you with 25 user access, so you can trial with up to 25 users.
Okay, and so in fact then you don't need to commit fully at that stage?
No, the trial is for 30 days.
Okay.
So no commitment at that stage.
And once I'm happy, so obviously Core has provided fantastic service and all the rest of it. What's the next step after that?
The next step is to change, primarily is to change the email flow, and that's a few changes of DNS records and your mail is flowing.
Okay, and the job's done?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, everyone.